What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Oh my gosh. It feels like it's been 2 weeks since the last podcast we recorded.
It has been
Oh, crap.
maybe more. I don't know. I don't keep track of time.
Yeah.
I just live in the moment
Man, are you focused?
every day.
Every day.
Almost every day.
Well, here's what we do at Forms and Focus. We provide guided forms to manifest
Radical.
focus.
Absolutely.
Did I leave our beeper here?
No, yeah, you did. It's right here.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Because we are focused as...
Boy.
That's right. What are we talking about today?
Looks like we're talking about location.
Ooh.
As in work location.
Work location. So a lot of people back in the day
Right.
went to the office,
Okay.
and it was the office's job to set the environment.
But then something happened.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Maybe you've heard of it. It was on the news a little bit.
A little bit.
They
but
covered it. COVID.
Now a lot of people work from home.
Yep. And it's just the modern times.
That's
you know?
right.
Everything's on the web. So,
Yeah.
you know,
You work from home?
it's kind of obsolete for the most part.
We should probably have a stat for how many people work from home, but I don't have that.
We don't need it.
Hey, if you work from home, you're part of that
Hey,
stat.
most of the people I know work from home, right? I mean,
Yeah, if they have an office, they just go to it a couple days a week now. So that being said, it was the responsibility of the employer to set the environment. But if you
Right.
work from home, whose responsibility is it?
yours.
Yours.
So when you're at home, you got more control.
That's right. You can control your environment.
Yeah. Which room in the house, lighting, plants, sound, temperature, color.
Man, you actually can control every part of your environment.
You can turn that prison cell into a nice little spot at home where you get things done.
Yeah, so today we want to talk about focus and work location. So how can you set up your locations of where you work for different things to help you better focus?
Exactly.
Man, well, what?
Because there are some spots, I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
you don't want to work or set up. But yeah, let's go, bro.
So don't underestimate how much your surroundings can influence your productivity.
That makes sense.
I mean, it does.
You're not going to set up, your laptop in the bathroom.
I mean,
on
I
the
don't
counter.
know, a bath,
I mean, if it depends on how busy you are. I guess if it's a bath, maybe.
a little laptop
You do
stand.
you. I'm not judging. But, or if you're in the garage, you know, it's cold.
Yeah, like me.
That's true.
Where should you not work?
So this is coming from the Cleveland Clinic, right? Your bed is not your desk. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. I mean, the bed is kind of like, it's for a couple of purposes.
Yeah.
But work, not really one of them. So medical providers agree, and this is from, like I said, Cleveland Clinic, that working from your bed could disrupt your sleep schedule and actually make you less productive and can wreak havoc on your posture.
Yeah.
Wreak.
You mean crouching forward, like with your neck all bent forward, is not good for your
For
posture.
hours at a time, just kind of like in this little decrepit.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
working from your bed is like you might as well just die.
pretty much. That's what it feels like. Your spine, after an hour, feels like it's about to explode.
Yeah. You're just working yourself literally to death.
Yeah, I mean, this causes you aches, pains, and I mean, you can't have a proper work setup.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have one of those shelves, but then it's like
It's not good.
it's bullshit.
And your bed should be like the sacred place for you to sleep,
Exactly.
get some rest.
Then that's a whole association thing. This is associated with relaxing, sleeping. Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then now you're working there too. Oof.
Oof. Gosh. Well, a study by Herman Miller found that workplace design had a real influence on workers' performance, increasing productivity 16% and job satisfaction 9%. So here's the gap. The gap is, for years, businesses and universities did studies on productivity in the office environment. So now it's up to us to create that at home. So how are we going to do that? Like, we want to be focused. We want to get stuff done. We want to work on our dreams. But, if you live in a small house, you're working at the kitchen table, you're getting disrupted all the time. There's stacks of, personal bills over here and your kid's lunch that you forgot over here. Like
distractions.
Yeah, just tons of distractions. So how do we set up environments in our house to increase radical focus? That's the question.
That's a great question.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, it's an association thing. You got to separate yourself. I mean, those are all distractions.
Yeah.
You see the bills and you're like, oh, what is this? We spent $400 on electric,
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Who left the lights on?
Yeah.
But if you have like a focused / grind space, that can help you just kind of put you there.
Yeah.
Because then there's no outside distractions. So it's going to be hopefully clean, clutter-free, well-lit. I mean, depending on what you're doing, most people don't work.
Yeah.
You want some light just to keep you awake.
Yes.
I know I feel like I'm going to pass out when it's dark. You've got your stuff, everything you need. You got your pens in your spot, what you use.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing. Your tools for the task.
Totally. That's what I read about the grind space. So the grind space is your less creative task, but it's like if you're launching a business or let's say you're working a project at work and the strategy's done and now you just got to execute. Like in that environment, you need clutter-free, clean, you need the tools at hand that you need to execute that task. So if you use Photoshop then you're in the middle of that work task and then you have to download Photoshop and it takes 45 minutes. That's going to crush your focus grind, right?
Yeah, there's an update that you didn't do. That you've been asking you to do the update for 3 weeks.
Yes, do the
And you
updates
keep
the night
saying
before.
no.
Yeah.
It's like a cockpit, right?
Yes.
If you were walking onto a flight and you looked inside the cockpit with the pilot and there was a bunch of stuff everywhere, you'd be kind of like, what's up with that? Why is this so cluttered? This is ridiculous. I don't want to fly with this guy.
Just stacks of papers
Just
on top of controls.
Just newspapers, bills, whatever he has, just random things,
5 years of projects.
Knickknacks, exactly.
That's actually pretty funny.
I mean, you'd be like, how is this guy supposed to focus? I mean, he's got our lives in his hand, So
So create a designated place. It doesn't have to be big. Even if you have a small house and you just have to set up that environment for the moment, for half the day, create an environment that's clutter-free, that's clean, it's got everything you need that to just execute the grind space.
Yeah.
So what do we have next? Creative. I like this.
Yeah. No, a creative space. I mean, I think everyone needs it. Creativity, it's important. It's kind of takes your mind off of stuff. You work on a project or whatever, and it doesn't have to be some crazy hey, I'm gonna be Picasso next year. It's just be anything that puts you kind of in that flow state.
Yeah.
Just that creative, relaxing. Whatever. It's different for everyone.
Well, the next podcast we're doing on clutter, but when I was reading about clutter, I found a study. It was in the National Library of Medicine. They said that it's shown that a messy desk can make us more creative. The findings suggest that neat, ordered environments make us more likely to conform to expectations. So what was cool about this was if you're doing a focus block where you need to be more creative, if you're defining a strategy, if you're doing some type of creative campaign or whatever it is, in that space, you want access to things that make you more creative. Magazines, beautiful art, whatever it is that inspires you to be creative, that's okay in that environment.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The creative space. You got the grind space and you got the creative space. What else do we have?
I think after all that, I might need a space to relax.
Ooh, you mean a relaxed space?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how many people have a designated space just to relax.
I don't know anyone who does, actually. I mean, it's always the couch.
Yeah.
Are you actually relaxed?
Yeah, the lazy boy, the TV, or the walk.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
I mean, but if you were setting up a designated place to chill, you'd probably have some soft light, things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe like your bourbon.
Yes. Bourbon, glass
Maybe
of wine.
some wine, some books, and it's all just kind of right there. It feels like your nook.
Yeah.
So for me, and I know we're talking about all these separate spaces, but my room, at night, I turn the lights down, super dim. I grab the guitar and I chill. Like it becomes the relaxed space, but it feels different.
Yeah.
Because you turn everything down and then it becomes a whole different spot.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up because, most of us, we don't have 3 individual rooms in our house outside of our bedrooms and all those rooms to create these specific spaces. So sometimes you have to take one space and kind of just adjust throughout the day for what you need in that moment.
And that's going to be probably 98% of everyone.
Most of us.
Because the people who have 15 rooms aren't going to be listening to this podcast.
That's true. Maybe.
Like who are
If
these
you are, let us
scrubs
know.
talking this nonsense?
But I like that. So in your focus block, you're going to be doing a couple things.
Yeah,
you're
more
gonna be,
light.
Yeah, you're going to be grinding.
You're going to be grinding.
Like you just need to execute. You need to get whatever it is done for the next phase of your project.
Yep.
Or you're going to need to be creative. You're going to need to solve some problems. You're going to need to create some type of campaign, some type of art. You're going to need to build a business strategy. That's where you want to create a creative space. You want access to those tools. And then after all that, you need to really invite yourself to a nice, relaxing space.
Exactly.
Man.
Maybe that's the old Epsom salt bath.
Oh,
Turn the
yeah.
lights down.
Candles.
For me, I grab the guitar,
Yeah.
play some C major, sevens, some major 7 chords. That gets me there, bro.
I like that you relax in the major 7 and I relax in the minors. Sorry, music nerd tangent there. But yeah, I like that. And so let's. I think we have a minute here, but let's talk about. So here's what I do. So for me, I don't have multiple rooms. So in the morning is when I grind. So like my 7:30 a.m., 8 o'clock a.m. to 11, I can do a ton of work. So like I want my desk to be clear. I need my water.
You just show up. There's no stuff.
No stuff.
You just go.
Yeah. I want
no BS.
I use the bullet journal method, which I'm sure we'll talk about. So I've got my tasks already identified that are critical for the day. I've got my water cup. I've got my tea. And I've got whatever I need in front of me to execute, and I get it done. I ignore notifications. I don't look at email. I don't look at pings. I don't look at text messages. And I just make sure that within that 3-hour block, whatever I need to get done that day is done by 11 o'clock.
Now that's discipline.
And you know what I do after that?
Do you want to walk?
I typically go take a walk. Go walk a mile.
Sense.
We got a park right by the house. I just go.
You got to
take a
reset
walk.
the brain,
Yeah.
get the juices flowing.
Yep. And then creative, if it's not 20 degrees outside, I'll go out in my detached garage.
Play some drums.
Play some drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, set it up by 15 minutes of playing a couple Nirvana songs. Yeah.
It
So
doesn't take much, like the creative space. I don't know. I just feel like 10 minutes a day. This is coming from musicians, but a little bit of creativity every day is huge.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, whatever it is for you. So what do you do?
Music.
Music, yeah. That's your outlet.
But no, I mean, sometimes now that I own a house, there's certain things like even like mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Like that's almost a relaxing. It's not creative, but that's part of the relaxing thing too.
Yeah.
It's just like you find
whatever you want.
You find new things that get you to that spot.
Nice. All right, bro.
Nice. All right.
I'd say 3 spaces, grind, creative.
3 spaces that are probably the same space.
Yeah,
but
for most people. Relax. Relax, go take a walk.
Yep.
It's the same space for the first 2.
Yep.
And that's it.
All right, bro.
You'll be more focused.
I like it.
I think we should roll the outro.
Let's do it.